Jack, what about all of the millions that are coming over our own border? We haven't talked about it. Everyone's suddenly saying, wait a minute, look how many foreign nationals have come over. How many of them are Hamas sitting in this country waiting to be activated, Jack? What do you think about that?
Oh my goodness. It seems so obvious if you're looking at something logically. And you've said it for years. What did you say? Borders, language, and culture. You've said
Thank
that. How many
you.
times have you said that over the years? Um,
Many.
and don't forget, I haven't forgotten about your compassionate conservatism either, from back in the day before it was coined elsewhere. But it's really about looking at these issues logically and applying common sense to them. Karl von Clausewitz and George Marshall thought that the most important attributes of a
If
battlefield leader.
Clausewitz was alive today, he'd probably have 100 Twitter followers.
If that depends on his abs.
It
I don't
depends
know.
upon his abs. That's right.
No.
Unless Clausewitz had good abs, maybe not even 100.
We shall see. But the
If
point
Jesus,
was
come on, Jack. If Jesus came back, I don't think he'd have 100 followers today.
oh gee whiz, I don't know. It's also tough. It's also tough, but we can take a breath perhaps and apply common sense to these issues, to include the border. And we even renamed the Department of War the Department of Defense.
Oh, I remember that.
Too in
Department of
1947
War.
when we
Yeah.
went through the military and the intelligence services and reorganized them. Yet we don't use it for defense. It's the United States Department of Defense. It's called that. If it was called the Department of War, it would make more sense because that's what we use it for. It would also be a mindset that is a little bit different than defense, but yet we neglect to do that with our own.
Everything is a parse and a reversal. So I started before by reading what happened with Bolivar. How did intelligence agencies miss this? I'm going to read one last sentence. So it said, the European Spaniards who had schemingly remained in our country in order to keep it in continual turmoil and to foster whatever conspiracies our judges permitted them to organize by always acquitting them, even when their misdeeds were of such enormity as to endanger public welfare. And then this guy goes on and says, the doctrine which supported this procedure had its origin in the charitable maxims of a few writers who defend the thesis that no man is vested with the right to deprive another of his life, even though he be guilty of the crime of treason. Under the cloak of this pious doctrine, every conspiracy was followed by an acquittal, and every acquittal by another conspiracy, which again brought acquittal, all because a liberal government must be characterized by clemency. Criminal clemency, more than anything else, contributed to the destruction of the structure which we had not yet entirely completed. This is astounding. And I found it somewhere online, Memorial to the Citizens of New Granada by a citizen of Caracas pamphlet printed in 1813. I've got to send this to you to put into your next novel.
I would love to see it. And I was just thinking as you were reading that it could have been written in, let's say, 2025, 2027, 2030, about 2020, 2021, 2022.
It's like releasing criminals in America's cities after they rape, murder, pillage, and loot. Same thing, Jack.
It's there are definitely some parallels.